Hello everyone, and today we are going to put textures on our cups which we model on previous lesson. Okay, I think we begin with our first cup. Let I turn you keys which I press. And now we begin. First of all, for putting textures we need to create UV map for our model. So now we switch in here mode to UV editing. Now we have two windows. One for our texture and another is our model. And now we're going to edit mode by selecting our object and pressing Tab key. For good UV layout, we need to mark seams manually. So, first of all, let me select this circle by pressing Alt and right mouse click. And now in shading UV tab, we pressing Mark Seam button. Now we see that our line becomes red. This means that seam is marked. Also, we will mark seams which connects handle to our cup. Check that we select our seam correctly and mark it. And the same at the bottom. It's not what we want. And mark this seam. Also, I think we need to mark bottom circles, internal and external. Sometimes in this mode it's hard to see if we select correct vertices. So we can move to default view mode and look at our cup. Also, we can temporarily turn off the division surface modifier. It helps us to see if we select all vertices. You see, it's not all. It wasn't all. So now we select circle, go into UV editing mode, and now we max in. And the last what we need is to split the side of our cup. I think it's good seam. need these points. And don't need this. So we select it and click player scene. I don't think that we want to split our cups this way, so we select manually points which we want to split. And maxing. Now we can select our cup by pressing A key, and now we press unwrap button. And now we have a good layout of our cup. I think here we select texture view mode. And now we open some texture. Okay, I think this image will be good. And now we see unwrapped mesh of our model. Now we are going to default mode, select parts of our mesh which we want to make textured. We will use C button for selecting faces. I think we select some faces which we don't need. This. Let's deselect it. Okay, I think this will be good. Now let's move to our UV editing mode. And let's scale this part of mesh. Okay, let's scale some more. And make a little rotation. And now we need that other parts of our cup don't cover the image. So we invented select selection by pressing select inverse. Select all in UV editing. Scale it to 0. Let's move on some transparent part. Now we have unwrapped model. We go into default mode. We go into object mode. And now we remove old material, and now we create a new material and texture for it. As the image, we select our opened image. have a bad lighting and we can see most of our cup. So I think we need to add some ambient occlusion to our model with texture. It's a pre-render mod and extremely slow if your computer isn't powerful. But in texture mod or material mod, we can see anything if we don't have light sources that side. We can make this way, make our texture visible. And let's little stop our material. I think the white color is good for our material. And I think we need to make specular more intensive. That increases its hardness. We don't need transparency, but we can make a little reflective effect. But just a little. And I think we are ready to see. We can render by pressing F12 key. Oh, that's extremely slow. But I decrease size rendered image. And it's wrong side. Let's move our light source back. Rotate our cup. We can move our camera in fly mode by pressing Shift. And let's render. We don't have a good reflections because of the old flat light. And because we don't have any objects on the sides of our main object. But I think we will set up good light in next tutorial. So let's save this. Let's make our second cup. We switch into edit mode by pressing tab key. We will need to mark bottom circle of our cup, top circle, and also we will need to split our handle from our cup. Bottom circle,
top circle. Now let's split our surface this way. Now let's mark this seam to split our handle from our cup. Now let's open image which we will use as our texture. I found that our image is in JPEG format, so it doesn't have transparent background. So we need to use some photo editor to cut background and make it alpha channel. But better to use image with a transparent background because it's hard to cut background with a good quality. Now we have our image in PNG format. It still has some white parts, but it doesn't matter. We still can use it as a texture. Now let's unwrap our cup. So we select all our mesh and press in unwrap. Now we are switching back to our image in UV editing mode. And now we need to select part of cup on which we want to put our texture. So we go into default mode and let's select our faces with C key. We will use all outer surface of our cup. We leave unselected internal surface of our cup and also we unselected our handle. These faces we deselect manually using Shift and right mouse button for this. Now let's go to UV editing mode and we see here our texture and part of our unwrapped mesh. Let's select it and now let's rotate it by 90 degrees. Now let's scale it a little by y-axis. And now let's scale by x-axis. We need to get size of our unwrapped mesh similar with the size of our texture. Now we need to invert selection by pressing Ctrl I. Now we select all these parts of our unwrapped mesh and scale it to 0. And we grab it to some transparent part of our texture. Let's save our file. Now we go into default mode. Let's turn on our subdivision surface modifier. Now we switch into object mode by pressing Tab key. And we are ready to add a material to our cup. I think we will make it a little darker. This color I think will be good. Now let's increase a little specular intensity and hardness. And also we need to add some reflectivity. A little. We go into textures and add in a new texture. This image we select our image which we want to use as texture. Now we see that we have a little problem with our unwrapping, because we see parts of our texture at the top of cup. So we need to fix it. So we go into UV editing mode. Let's select top part of our unwrapped mesh and scale it to 0 by y-axis. We press S, Y, 0. And let's grab this line a little bottom. To lock grab and scaling for rotation by some axis, we need to press button of this axis. So to grab by y-axis, we press G, Y. We need to switch to default mode. I think we have a good texture on our cup. Now let's look how it will be in a material mode. Also, I want to make internal part of this cup dark. To make it, we need to select internal part of our cup in edit mode. I decided to leave handle of our cup light. So to make internal part dark, we add in a new material. This color I think will be good. Now let's increase a little our specularity and add some reflectivity. This switch has a high sensitivity, so we need to add a little, really little, because we don't need strong reflections. Now we need to assign this material to selected part of our mesh. So we press Assign button. Now let's look at our cup in object mode. Now let's add an ambient occlusion to our world, and I think now we are ready to render our cup. rendering of this picture is very slow. I think I speed it up a little on video. I think it looks pretty good. Let's rotate our cup and make one more render. I think I decrease anti-aliasing for now to make rendering more quick. Looks good as for me. So let's save our project. In the next tutorial, we will set lighting and render our cups. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.